Hey there, it's Ed Rush, and welcome to your challenge for the month. This month's challenge is called the 1 hour of nothing challenge. I'm going to just write that one up there so you got it. It's 1 hour of nothing. Let me give you the background for this particular challenge. So you know that your mind is basically built of a whole bunch of different things, but traditionally we separate it into the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So for example, in my conscious mind right now, I'm staring at this camera. I'm thinking of the next thing that I'm going to say, and I'm writing on the board. Okay, that's with my conscious mind. The conscious mind is typically able to do like one task really, really well and to focus on one task really well. It's the reason why you can't check your email and talk to your spouse at the same time. It just doesn't work. Whereas the subconscious mind is able to process and think through 20 plus things all at the exact same time. Your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. It's got all this processing power. And it's the reason why sometimes when you have a challenge or you're thinking through something, if you just sit there and you're like, think, you never come up with the answer. But then if you just set it aside for a little while, come back a day or two later, you automatically come up with the answer because your subconscious mind has been thinking of things. Now, the problem with our world that we live in, our hugely distracted world. I mean, I want you to think about this. Like 500 years ago, people basically woke up when the sun came out and they went to sleep, when the sun went away. I mean, that was basically kind of the idea of the sun going up and the sun going down. And the culture is they just operated according to the timetable. And distractions were minimal. I mean, every once in a while, a new band of knights would come up to the castle and ask a few questions, and every once in a while they'd have a big feast that would last into the night, with torches and that sort of thing. But you can imagine the old medieval knights and princes and princesses. I mean, they were at their feast and having a good time and talking to each other, and it would be strange to see one of the knights sitting there on his phone or her phone, getting interrupted. But we live in a world of constant distractions. I mean, even as you're watching this particular video, down the right-hand side, if you're on YouTube, are a whole bunch of ideas that you could get distracted by. In fact, a lot of people can't even watch a 4 or 5 minute video without checking their phone or getting distracted. And so the 1 hour nothing challenge is intended to bring out some thoughts in your subconscious mind and allow your subconscious to be able to communicate with you some ideas that have been there the entire time, but you may not have been receptive to. So here's the way the 1 hour of nothing challenge goes. First thing, you need to turn your phone off or on airplane mode. In my case, I'm going to put it on airplane mode because I'm going to use my phone as a timer. The second thing is I'm going to go to the app that is the timer app, and I'm going to go and set the timer for 1 hour. So you can see on my phone, I've set it for 1 hour and 0 minutes, and then I'm going to hit start. I'll put my phone over to the side. That's the last time in this hour I'm going to touch my phone. And then typically what I'll do, here in my office, I've got a recliner chair that I just sort of sit in and relax. I'll open up my journal, which is a actually written journal. Usually have like a little pen here that I'll sit with, and I'll just open up my journal. And then all I'm going to do is just let my mind do what it wants to do. And sometimes you'll start thinking of little things that you need to remember to do and you forgot about, and you can just write those down. And sometimes you're like, oh man, I forgot. I need to pay this bill and I totally forgot about it. Or I got this parking ticket that I have to pay, which by the way, I do. And that's fine. This is just your subconscious mind just sort of giving, oh, gotta write that down. Gotta write that down. Just get it out of your head, okay? Your subconscious is now just sort of reminding you of some things that it's been holding on to for a little while. So write those things down so that you don't have to remember them anymore. And what you'll find after about maybe 10 minutes or so is that you will begin to hate me. You'll be like, I can't believe I got to sit here for an hour, okay? And you'll be like, wow, I got all these things to do. Just let all that happen. Just let all of it process and let it settle down. And as you begin to go into this process, what you'll find is about 20, maybe 30 minutes into it, there will be this new calm that will come over you. There'll be this new rest that will come over you. You'll find a lot more peace. You'll find a lot more joy. And all of a sudden, your subconscious will begin working on bigger problems. Now, a lot of people that I give the 1 hour nothing challenge to do it once and become addicted to it. Okay, so you might find that you want to do it maybe 1 day a week on Friday morning from 9 to 10 or something like that. Sometime that you know that you're not going to be interrupted. It is important, by the way, to tell your family if you work at home or your team members or anyone else not to interrupt you. You can't have your computer open, nothing. I don't want any media at all except for this phone that's about to go off in 1 hour. And then when the phone goes off, you can go back to your daily business. Now, my challenge for you this month is really simple. Just do that once. Just an hour. Look, it's just an hour. Just do it one time and you'll find incredible peace and joy in the process, and I'd love to hear how it goes. Okay, so let me know how it goes, and that is your challenge for the month.